So we've already established canonically that when you're in trouble in the seas, people can reach you pretty quickly. This is a thing the majority of the car has agreed upon. And that was from somebody you were reaching out to that maybe doesn't care about you. So what if you place a phone call to your mother, the one person that actually does, who would be able to save you in just as much time?
Gentlemen, welcome to Team Fun. We are taking a summer vacation.
Road trip.
Going on a Team Fun road trip.
Yeah, baby.
We got...
This is your house?
No. I did not downsize.
No one lives in the van now.
I live in the van now. Hannah kicked me out and I'm homeless. We've got Dance and Mike driving,
Hi.
Grace in the front seat, myself, Petro,
Heyo.
Louie, and Emily.
That's me.
And we're going to do what we can to play some card games.
Yeah.
Card games in the car games. We're playing Bucket of Doom. We're turning back to this one. If you guys haven't checked it out, please check out the last time we played over.
It'll be up there.
Yeah, whichever camera I decide to
or up
catch
there.
it.
Or up there.
There.
Is it different in a car where the links go?
Yeah, YouTube can sense that.
It's a little car with a link on it. You have to click on it at the right time.
So, we're going to go ahead. We each got 8 cards.
Yes, sir.
We're going to start with our first scenario. When you have an idea, you play the card down and just start describing it. But this is, you're a shipwrecked vampire on a barren desert island. Dawn is coming.
Oh, boy.
And you need to...
And we need to survive.
So you have to, pick one of the things on your card that you'll use to survive, and we'll each...
Okay.
And then you're the one who picked the card, so you're the one who picks the thing at the end.
In case there's a tie.
In case of a tie.
So we all vote together.
Oh, that's right, we all vote.
Exactly.
Boy, don't watch that video where I knew how to play the game.
Previously. And all right, well, I'm gonna throw one down right now. Being a vampire, avoiding the sun, I would bury myself mostly into the sand, and I'd put a Butch in a Box blow-up doll male on top of me, being the exact same size and build that I am, will easily protect me from the sun from my upper half while the rest of me is in the sand.
All right, well, that's
Okay.
a solid plan.
I can go.
Yeah.
So, being a vampire, I've learned many different ways of survival. My main means of survival is through Snapchat messaging. So I'm going to use one Snapchat message to send out a thirst trap and get my victim to come pick me the fuck up from my desert island. I'm also going to eat them and then suck their blood and then take their ship.
Right. Naturally.
Yeah, Snapchat.
Yeah. That's how Snapchat works these days.
Alright, mine's a real no-brainer. I'm just whipping out my porta potty and then just hiding out till the sun's back
man,
down.
you gotta really...
Damn.
Damn.
That's how you survive in these streets.
I am going to adopt a similar strategy to Noah and try
I
to
feel like we should all really have
cover
our
my
cards down
body as
before we
much as
start
possible.
going.
But I'm going to cover my head with the paper bags full of breadcrumbs. And I can nosh on the breadcrumbs to help sustain me while I wait for the day to pass.
All right.
I'd like to say mine is the only one that gets me off the island.
So this is just about surviving the dawn, not
So
necessarily
initially,
escaping.
the game is for us to now vote on our favorites that aren't ours, but I think the best way to probably do this is let's have the people in the front who have no stake in the game
Yeah, I like that.
vote on who they think the best one was. So you guys, you have the Butch in a Box blow-up doll, the one Snapchat message, porta potty, and paper bag full of breadcrumbs.
3, 2, 1, Snapchat!
Thirst chat!
All right.
All right, first trap it is.
Do you get the first Doom card there?
What? That was a ridiculous judgment. That's the only one that's guaranteeing survival.
I don't know. Her certainty survival like getting off the island.
But that presupposes that one message gets received. It's almost dawn. Who is up at that time?
All right.
Find somebody.
I'll
Yeah.
With your
So-
one message. It's not finding someone. You have to have chosen someone.
I've got someone in the pocket.
She's got her hookups.
She's got a deep bench.
So, you've been browsing animal porn again and haven't deleted it. Just borrowing your iPad, shouts your mom. How's your mom not going to see your
Animal
porn?
Okay. All right. I made a decision ahead of time.
All right. Who wants to go first? We're not changing our cards out now.
I will.
All right, Louis?
All right.
So I think the thing here is sometimes instead of survival, you just gotta run head on. And I don't really see any way that your mom wouldn't notice the animal porn. What you don't want to do is have the conversation about it afterwards. So what if you had the employ of Madame Tussauds waxwork with you to make a wax figure of yourself to have that conversation? Bada bing, bada boom, you come back, you're never talking about the animal porn again.
All right.
Okay.
It just comes up the one time.
It comes at the one time, and she's fine having a very one-sided conversation.
Ask you no questions, you have to answer.
It's a
For me.
it's a talking ad. My mom's found some freak nasty porn on me, and she's just told me what she thought, left.
That was it. See, I don't know. I can't live it down. There'd be no way for me to recover anything about my relationship with my mother, my love of animal porn, all of it. So I'm hopping on my Segway and I'm just riding off into the sunset, never to be seen again. The end.
Fair enough. So I'm taking inspiration from, I feel like in cartoons and stuff, when the bad boy in school is trying to read comic books and decides to hide it inside
or looks at
of
animal
the
porn.
textbook, or looks at animal porn. I'm going to take the same approach by hiding my iPad in my late 70s edition of Playboy.
Okay.
So as she comes in, is, oh mom, I don't know where my iPad is. I'm just reading my late 70s edition of Playboy. I'm looking at naked women, which I love. And she'd be like, okay, well, if you find it, let me know. And buys me time.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
See, the problem I have with all of yours is you still get caught with the animal porn.
I'm
What
long gone on my
I
Segway. I don't know what
personally
hit.
would do, or you still get caught with porn. What I
Okay,
personally would
fair.
do is cut off my own finger so that my mother has to take me to the hospital,
right.
which buys me plenty of time to hide my animal porn iPad. 7 finger.
All right. So, judges in the front, we've got Madame Tussauds Waxwork, Segway, late 70s edition of Playboy, and Severed Finger.
This one's actually a lot harder for me.
I have mine.
You have yours?
Yeah.
Are we gonna just shout it again on
Yep.
3? That's how we're doing it every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta hope the mic can pick this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're on 3. We're gonna shout our answer. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Finger.
Segway.
Oh, it's a tie. So now what do we do?
Well, I guess we have to go around and
Now we have
judge
to go
for
around and
ourselves.
vote? Okay.
Yeah. So, I do kind of have to go with the finger idea as well. It's pretty solid, as much as I don't want to give Emily more points.
My problem is that card just says severed finger. It doesn't say you severing
Yeah,
your finger.
hold on. It's about
It
how
says
you
you've got a
interpret it.
severed finger.
It's about how you
Alright, so
interpret it.
Result in my severed finger.
So what would you vote for, Louis?
I like the very cartoonish idea of hiding your worst porn in less porn, so I'm going with the Playboy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
No. You go first. I'll go last.
I'm gonna vote for Segway.
Great.
So it's 2 and 2, one Segway.
So
I vote for the porn. Do the Playboy.
wait, am I allowed to vote? Am I allowed to vote for myself?
No.
Or,
No, you're not.
Right? That's what I thought. Okay. This is tough because I actually liked both the severed finger and the Segway one quite a bit. Or not the Segway one.
Oh, okay.
I liked
Wow,
it.
so modest.
In favor.
My idea. I meant the 70s Playboy one quite a bit. I'm actually gonna go with 70s Playboy.
All right, that is even across the board. That is a wash. We just can't do anything with that one. Everyone gets another card, and we'll try again.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't know why having them vote up front if there's only 2 of them. It's very rare. They'll agree
Yeah,
every
it's not
time.
tie breaking it.
Too late.
Create a system. All right. Obediently, you follow your GPS into a lake. Your car starts filling up with icy water and the doors won't open.
Is this a card about my mom? Because I think my mom would do this.
Oh, jeez. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So I've got one from mine. Basically, obviously the water, it's filling up with water, which means there's got to be a hole or somewhere in there. So I drink my magic shrinking potion to get to a small enough size where I can swim through, exit out, and get back above water. Done.
Well, for me, all I got with me is a police megaphone. I'm gonna crank that sucker all the way up, and I'm gonna scream at it so loud that it shatters the windows of the car, and I swim to safety.
I'm just gonna ask for help.
Help! Help!
Shatters the windows and your eardrums.
It doesn't matter. I can still hold my breath and
Pretty
swim out.
straightforward. Your car's filling up with water. You're having a hard time like operating anything because shit's slippery. You dummy. So you just slap on a pair of rubber gloves to get that good grip, and then voila, you can open up anything.
I think the door won't open because it's too slippery.
That's the whole
I like
thing.
the idea that rubber gloves are a skeleton key.
You're just like trying to get to the handle, but you're just whoop, whoop,
slip sliding away.
For me, I'm no scientist, but I feel like
No.
I feel like the bagpipes in my passenger seat are going to be full of plenty of air for me to breathe. While also making a noise, a terrible noise that would attract help.
Or predators.
That is,
Yeah.
there's a lot of science that's being
But you know, I'm no
disrespected.
scientist, so
But
I
she's
can't
not-
say for sure. But I'm pretty confident
All right.
it's gonna get me out.
If you don't know about science, it's whatever you want it to be.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. You have a lot of winners here. Magic shrinking potion, police megaphone, pair of rubber gloves, and bagpipes.
Okay, you ready?
All right, yep.
3, 2, 1. Magic
Rubber gloves.
shrinking potion.
All right, so rubber gloves, magic shrinking potion, get one.
Let's go, Tro. What do you think?
All right, I think. I think for sheer improbability, I'm going to go with the bagpipes.
All right, Lily.
Magic shrinking potion within the rules of this makes the most sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with magic shrinking.
Yeah,
That actually
all right.
gets you out.
Well, then I could vote at this point. That one won. So,
No, but what would you vote for? Is it bagpipes?
Whoa,
Oh my god.
Nachi is probably gonna be police megaphone, but I thought that was the funniest idea.
Did you guys all see that police car backing up furiously?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yep.
Do we catch it on camera? That's more important.
Something's happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Did we get another car?
Something tells me we're about to find
Yeah,
out.
new car for.
Stuff is happening on the road.
Yeah. Whew, see, this is the unpredictability and crazy chaos you only get on Team Fun.
Road trip edition.
Road trip. You're at the pearly gates. St. Peter says, "Your name isn't on the door," and points to the elevator. ... to hell.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Still, like, I don't think these are on.
Troy, you good?
This is great content.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I was distracted by looking at Grace adjust the climate on the car.
Jesus.
Oh, there it is. I hear
Okay, we
something
figured it
now.
out.
Is that noise gonna be
Oh, yeah.
All right, I
It's
got
gonna
it.
be a little obnoxious, but like
It's for my comfort.
it's limited. Yeah. All right, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
So I'm standing at the pearly gates, and St. Peter looks towards me and says, "My name is not on the door," and points to hell. I turn to my right and I say, "Oh, you meant my imaginary friend." And then my imaginary friend goes to hell, and I go to heaven.
Oh, you're right.
St. Peter was like, "That's right, I was looking at that person."
All right. So this seems like you're not a good person, right? And this time you're going to hell. So you've got like one last chance to make it work. Why not just do something not great anyway? see if you can luck out. I suppose you got a stolen passport. And if that person's a good person, then bada boom, baby, you're in.
She's using a fake ID to
Get into club heaven.
So I'm at the pearly gates. They say my name is not on the list, and then I say like, "Oh, my name." No, I was already in there. Like I just popped out. Like and then I pull out my Mr. Rogers red sweater, put it on. I'm like, I'm Fred Rogers. I just got to get back in. I popped out to see a friend who's going down to hell. Like
I stepped outside for a quick smoke.
And then
Popped out to change my shoes.
Oh shit! Come on in.
We all know Fred Rogers is in hell.
You shut your mouth, sir. All right.
Yeah, I said it. Fred Rogers is a piece of trash.
Oh God.
So my thought is that St. Peter is probably very busy. The moment he points you over the elevator, he doesn't watch you go over there. He just sends you over there and starts facing on the next person. So my thought is I would go ahead, I would fake my way around, then take out my Michelangelo statue of David and hide behind it. There's so many statues all over heaven, and just slowly, inch by inch, move my way behind, kind of like hiding behind a bush. Slowly move my way through the gates behind Michelangelo's statue of David.
St. Peter was like, David, your name is on the list. You can go right in.
All right, guys. Imaginary friend, stolen passport, Mr. Rogers' red sweater, and Michelangelo's statue of David.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Stolen
Imaginary
passport.
friend.
Ooh, all right.
I love just the fiction of the imaginary friend where St. Peter would just awkwardly go along with it because he feels bad for you from oh no, he's a troubled young man.
Okay.
Let's let him in anyway.
All right, Emily, starting with you.
I'll also go with imaginary friend.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta go with stolen passport. I thought that was hilarious.
Let's see. I would go with Statue of David because I really like the idea of you trying to heft this really heavy giant statue to sneak past St. Peter, who's looking at you because he just said you had no place in heaven.
Well, no. Arguably, he's working with the next person.
He went to the next person instead of going to
It's
the
a long
door.
line.
Oh boy.
People die every day.
Oh, this is bad.
Lily.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Rogers' red sweater just for the sheer gall that Fred Rogers would actually not be cavorting with the sinners and the heathens down in Christian hell.
He's a good person. I think he is.
That truck was extremely well placed to hide that car accident from this camera, by the way.
Yeah.
So none of whatever
It
was
wasn't
going on
bad.
there
There
was
were
in
no
you.
ambulances.
Oh, really?
The car just looks rough.
All right,
Oh, okay.
so we got a tie again between Imaginary friend and stolen passport, so it means this guy's a wash.
Man.
Good job, guys.
Woo, woo, woo.
All right, keep the train going. Road trip.
Keep this car train going.
All right, so blast off. You're an astronaut, and you've been left behind on Mars by accident.
This just reminded me of us talking about Clifford last night. And how big his penis must be.
What the fuck?
It's a fair point. And how red it must be, because dog dicks are already
Talking
pretty
about
red.
Red Rocket.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Also, just a quick note: the Snapchat thirst trap would not work on Mars. I just want to put that out there.
I
I
can't
don't
grab
think
my
that would
card.
be
You
used
put
again.
a wood on a deserted island.
Hey man,
Again, I really think we need to go back and assess the logic of that.
Hey, if I have the card, it means I have telephone and telephone service.
It doesn't mean that anybody that you're gonna be Snapchatting has a boat. You don't
All
know
my Snapchat contacts.
you don't know boat owners.
And can get there before dawn.
Right, yeah.
Still one.
Yeah, well, tell it to the card.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
All right,
Take it.
Louis.
So, again, I know survival is the name of the game, but sometimes you're just in a situation you can't win. And like a hard-working woman, it's important to lean in. So,
All right.
You hashtag that one. Put it on there. So you're gonna die. You need something to do to pass the time. Just break out the karaoke machine and just sing your favorites until you're gone.
Wow, until the air runs out.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, well, as I see the ship fading off into the distance, I remember that I have my universal remote control, which I can use to control the ship. So I hit rewind, and the ship actually travels backwards back to the planet.
Is this Click?
I get on. My name's Adam Sandler, and this has been Click.
Was that logical? Sailor's an astronaut that gets Kevin McAllister.
All right. Well, as I see it flying away, I whip out my already cooked Hot Pockets, as no one can resist the smell, the flavor, and the taste of Hot Pockets.
Speaking of flavors.
Hashtag spot on.
That's true.
Michael,
Tell us about some Hot Pocket flavors.
can you lick me on the couple right now?
No, I'm more of a lean pockets man these days.
And much like Toucan Sam, the smell of the Hot Pockets will just have the astronauts flying their way back to pick me up.
They follow their noses back to
Yep.
Mars. But follow your nose, the slogan for Hot Pockets.
Sponsor us.
So my team has left me, but they have left me with a bottle of tequila,
Nice.
including a worm. I finished the bottle of tequila, and then I just befriend the worm to live out the rest of my days on this deserted planet. And that's how I survive, by making the best of the situation and coping with my newborn friends.
I like that you and Louie both had very similar themes.
Yeah, say a lot of just accepting of fate.
Just
Yeah.
having a good time in your final days.
All right, guys. Karaoke machine, universal remote control, Hot Pockets, and worm from a bottle of tequila.
Ready, Mike?
Okay.
Okay. 3. Hold on. What am I doing? Yeah. Okay.
Counting down from 3.
So wait, 3, what?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Universal remote control.
Buddy.
All right. Yeah.
No, I don't like it. No.
You're one to
No.
talk.
That road.
Actually, yeah, I do like it. You're the only one who hasn't won one.
Yes.
I'm all right with that. I think the people in the comment section will agree that I had the most sensible answers and the correct cultural views during this entire game. Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So, the next one. You're on a plane. There are snakes on the plane. Lots of them. Remember that movie?
Yes.
No.
Planet of the Apes?
But yeah, that early scene in Planet of the Apes where they fought off the snakes on the plane.
And then they crash landed on the planet of the apes.
I was like, what
Yeah.
a weird intro to this movie. And nothing.
When they wanted those monkey fighting apes off that monkey fighting train.
All right. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
They can go first.
Go for it.
So there are a bunch of MFing snakes on the MFing plane.
Great.
So obviously I pull out my potter's wheel, just hop on, start spinning, don't stop. Snakes are not attracted to that scene at all. My solid movement in one direction confuses them. They don't want to deal with that shit at all. So they just steer clear, go fight the other ones until we crash land, and I miraculously survive.
Are we allowed to just put our own logic into these cards?
It's happened so far.
Yes. So, if I may, I said a fireman's uniform because you know what's thick and might protect you from snake bites? A fireman's uniform. But if I want to say, we all know snakes are afraid of firemen and would thereby not attack me. I'm gonna say it.
Why don't you pick one? Because that may just sway the votes either for or against you accordingly.
Look, I'm no scientist.
I'm telling you using your ignorance as a prop. Read a book.
It's 2018. That's what we do. That's how you get ahead.
Using ignorance as a prop is Louie's gimmick.
That's fair.
How dare you?
Well, I agree with Louie. I'm tired of all these like silly answers to these questions making up their own logic.
No.
Which is what we all know snakes love fluffernutter sandwiches. So I pull out that sandwich, they all swarm to it all at once. They're trying to get to it, and then we just basically throw it out the airlock and like throw them out the plane.
You stay on the plane.
Louis' increasing frustration is my favorite part of this game.
Problem solved.
Mine was just going to be really simple. I was just going to fight them all off with Cream Corn's pimp cane.
All right.
Like, that's it. Use it as a weapon
Also,
to protect myself.
Who's cream corn?
Assumingly a pimp.
Oh, I thought it was like supposed to be a thing that I would recognize.
It probably is. We're just too old for it. All right, guys.
You know what cream corn is? Tell us in the comments.
So it's gonna be tough to choose between Potter's Wheel, Fireman's Uniform, Fluffernutter,
Oh my
or
gosh.
Cream Corn's pimp cane.
Oh man.
You guys
A
are
coffee and a couple beers on the road will do this to you.
Mike, you ready?
Sorry, I'm also driving. Yes.
Okay.
Should we just have grace votes? That way we always have an odd number.
No, because she hasn't always picked mine.
That's There you go.
Okay. Oh shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Actually, Grace has been very partial to my answers during this entire thing.
She voted for Snapchat though, so.
She saw the error of her way.
Yeah?
She's coming back around.
What you got?
3,
A lot of people would
2, 1.
Fluffernutter.
I voted for you, Louis.
Thank you.
All right, so we have so the two most logical answers were voted for on this one.
Fluffernutter.
Snakes love that marshmallow stuff.
Yeah,
So what are you
buddy.
thinking?
If I had to pick otherwise,
Outside of your own?
outside of my own, you know what? I would pick Fireman's Uniform because that's probably what I would have picked if I had had a sensible
cards.
option in my hand.
All right, Louis.
Pimp cane.
The next logical
That
one.
makes sense.
Emily.
I mean, there are only two like actual usable ones out of these options.
That's right, Fluffernutter and Fireman's Uniform.
I don't agree that women's bodies should be managed by men, so I'm gonna go with Fireman's Uniform.
There you
All
go.
right.
Alright, Louie wins.
Yeah, Louis wins that
All right,
one.
Fireman's Uniform.
That being said, Louis, what was the explanation? That snakes hate firemen? Or that it's thick to protect you?
Listen, I just want you to know I appreciate that we both applied our logic to that situation. And I respect that yours won out that time.
Has anybody ever quit a game where we do team on video? Because that's what's going to happen.
You got your card.
I thought sorry was going to bring me.
But maybe it's this. Oh, was there a Sorry Travel Edition?
Oh, I'm sure there is. Okay, so we each have one?
Yeah.
All right. You're a cute baby seal, and it's clubbing season.
All right, I'm ready with mine.
All right.
Ready.
Okay, cool.
All right, I might be a little cute baby seal, but I got me a T-Rex leg bone, and this year I'm clubbing them back. Hashtag club them back.
All right, well, as we all know, Emily, a scientist, I'm sure you know this most of all. Dried tiger's penis works for seals the same way spinach does for Popeye. So I ingest the dried tiger's penis to make myself super strong and fight back using my super strength as a seal.
Noah, question.
Yes.
Is it a whole dried tiger penis or is it like a powder?
It's a can that would squeeze out into the air and into my mouth.
Okay.
So neither is the answer, because I don't think it's in the powder.
It's more like been creamed a little bit.
Was Popeye an adaptation and that was the original version?
Yeah.
They were like, we should make it spinach if we're gonna.
It was initially an Inuit cartoon. It had to be, yeah. Emily?
So I may look like a cute baby seal, but it's clubbing season and Henny is here to play. So I embrace that party lifestyle, I pull out my sex swing and I just ride it through.
That seal was very disappointed when they learned what they meant by clubbing season.
Oh, gonna have a great time.
I like that it changed the meaning of the car.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Alright, so here's the thing. You're a cute baby seal, and most of the time, people don't kill, like, cute things. So these people clubbing aren't great. Like, your chances aren't looking good. The one thing that could probably save you, if you were rare. So what if you had a third eye? You're a three-eyed seal, and if I have an eyeball on me, I can just put it on me, and then people sure as shit aren't gonna kill the one three-eyed seal that's out there.
I'd kill that one first.
You can take it to a museum. You can sell it for science.
Yeah,
which is a
dead.
thing. You can,
There's only dead animals in museums.
they study it.
All right, guys.
Okay.
T-Rex leg bone, dried tiger's penis, sex swing, and eyeball.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Sex
T-Rex
swing.
bone.
Oh.
Alright.
Lily, I would have gone with yours, but I feel like once they got you to the museum for studying and they realized you were just kind of holding the extra eyeball and it wasn't attached to you.
He's like,
Here's what if I'm a seal smart enough to do that, then like that gives me enough time to figure out like what I'm gonna like
Okay.
do to keep evading. This is
Okay.
step one in the plan.
Okay.
It's about survival.
well, I think it's just silly enough to work. I'm actually going to go with eyeball.
Thank you.
Emily.
I refuse to vote on one that's not my own.
Well, you have to.
I was gonna say, well,
No, it's good. This avoids a draw, so keep going.
That's my answer.
Oh wait, that's a thing that we can
I don't
do.
know. Why don't we
No,
can't
no,
abstain?
no.
But yeah.
Okay, so it's all now we're tied again.
I just like the precedent of like changing the idea of what the card means without having to do any changing to the logic that exists within the world. I'm going with sex swing.
Yeah, I actually am voting for sex swing also because I like the idea of reinterpreting club in that way.
Clubbing season.
Just gonna ride it out.
All
Thank you, Nancy
right.
Mike, for voting for mine, though.
Swing it out.
Emily's now at 2. The rest of us are at 1.
Yes, sir.
We've had at least 2 draws. And a long trip, so this works out. You're sailing solo around the world. Somali pirates are approaching. You Somali, can we just say pirates?
Yeah, right? Trying to be.
Gotcha, yeah.
Come on, Bucket of Doom. Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright. So my theory is I'm spotting them before they see me. In which case, I pull out from my pocket a cloud to cover over my boat, so that they don't want to sail into something they can't see. They don't know what they're going to hit. Maybe there's land, maybe there's not. It's too risky, so they sail around me and pass me by.
All right. I'm not mad at that answer.
All right.
We just had a scenario like this in D&D. I feel like it's appropriate
that's
now.
fair. Yeah, Pocket Cloud. I'm into it.
So I also see the Somali pirates approaching. So I run down below deck. I grab my scrotum tight jorts, throw them on, stand at the front of the ship, the bow, perhaps.
Yeah.
Unless that's the back. No scientist.
Boat scientist.
No nautical scientist.
Just stand up there on the front, like dick forward. They see my giant package. They get very frightened at the enormosity of my penis.
Enormosity.
I turn around. I'm good.
Great.
All right. Can't argue with that, I guess.
What do you got, Louis?
So we've already established canonically that when you're in trouble in the seas, people can reach you pretty quickly. This is a thing the majority of the card has agreed upon. And that was from somebody you were reaching out to that maybe doesn't care about you. So what if you place a phone call to your mother, the one person that actually does, who would be able to save you in just as much time?
Could have pulled Jill into the Somali pirate situation.
That doesn't seem plausible, Louis. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
True.
Mom's not there.
It's dangerous.
So I'm in my boat. I'm approaching the pirate ship, and they're getting towards me, and I'm not really sure what to do. And then my baby starts screaming, and the pirates are like, "Oh, ooh, we don't want to deal with that. That seems like you got a lot of work on your hands there. We'll just, and then they kind of awkwardly shuffle past and judge my parenting skills, but otherwise leave me alone.
I like that we're skipping over the fact that the card is you're sailing solo around the world.
Yeah, it's okay. I still have a screaming
Still have the
baby.
baby, still have a screaming baby, that's
Well,
fine.
he births the baby.
Yeah, that's true. I got panicked and went into labor when I saw them.
It's solo because he's got no affiliate. That baby's not his.
That's just a baby I found in my voyage.
Just on
That's part of my
Pulls the
plunder.
baby out of the ocean.
saltwater baby. Alright guys, we got a cloud, scrotum tight jorts, phone call to your mom, and screaming baby.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Louis' mom.
Alright.
All right. Oh, is this like Jill coming to save me?
Yeah.
I do kind of like scrotum tight jorts. I'm all for that.
Thank you. I'm gonna vote for Cloud.
Alright. Thank you.
I don't like Louis bringing his mom into a dangerous
I'm worried about Jill.
I mean, it could be anybody's mother. You don't have a scrotum.
In this universe, I have a giant penis.
In this universe, my mother's like some sort of like pirate killer.
No,
That's not Jill.
I think Jill remains constant over any Paranormal universe.
I don't think that's
Between this and Super
Change
Fight,
my body. You can't change Joe.
when we played Super Fight, Jill was also an unstoppable force, so.
well, against Obama, like Breeze could take that cigarette-smoking Kenyan down.
Oh.
Alright, well, Louis lost the point. Girl, what are you voting for?
What are you voting for?
I was gonna say a cloud.
Okay.
I was also going to say Cloud. So.
Alright, so I'll take that one. Jesus. That's why no one will ever sponsor us. Thanks. Yeehaw! You're bronco riding, but your hand is caught in the rope. You're being bucked into oblivion.
Where's the problem with that?
Feeling good in the neighborhood?
Okay, sure.
Alright.
Really confident about this one.
Who's going first this time?
Emily, she feels so confident.
True.
Super confident. So I'm being bucked into oblivion with my free hand. I pull off Mr. T's jewelry that I happen to be wearing, toss it on the ground. It distracts the horse, calms him down. It's horse science. Look it up.
Horse. So wait, so you aren't a scientist except for horses?
Yeah, I'm no scientist except in this case. The horse gets like super calm. It just starts nuzzling the jewelry, and then I untie myself. It's great. I live.
Emily does have a degree in equestrianology, so that checks out.
I'm sorry,
All right.
not horse science.
Yeah, sir. The term is horse science.
I feel like once I discover that I am in trouble, I can do nothing else except call upon my Yeti from Sky Mall to come in and rip the horse to shreds and the rope, freeing me.
The heck is Yeti from Sky Mall?
A Yeti that
Okay.
I can get from Sky Mall.
Are we not talking about Yeti brand cooler?
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely not. You're taking enough liberties with these cards. This is the band that you all made.
Yeti
Believe
from
the
Sky
intention
Mall.
on the card.
It says only Sky Mall here is trademarked in any way. Yeti is completely open.
All right, I'm checking the next
Okay.
Sky Mall. Let's see what's available for order.
They may mean the Yeti statue that you put in your yard from Sky Mall, but I assume they mean getting an
A real-
actual
a
Yeti
real one.
from
All right.
Sky Mall.
So I'm riding this bucking Bronco, and I'm getting bucked.
Hashtag
A whole
get
lot.
Get bucked in here.
Hashtag get bucked. And just for just such an occasion, I wore my pigtail butt plug. So this is going to be extra pleasurable for me as I continue to get bucked on this horse.
Just
To completion.
tearing out your butt.
And completion and oblivion.
And to sweet oblivion.
This is the first time we've had one that makes it worse for yourself.
I'm just right. No, it's great for me. I don't know about
Torn
you.
open.
Nope.
You have no butt anymore.
Louis.
All right. Hand stuck on the ropes, pretty easy. You just gotta grease it up, get it out of there. you got a sweaty yoga mat on. You just take the other hand, you squeeze it, and whoop, your hand's out. Done. It's not cute, but at least you're not getting bucked around. You're not getting your anus torn asunder.
Oh my god.
Very pleasurably torn asunder.
All right, guys. Mr. T's jewelry, Yeti from the Sky Mall, pigtail butt plug, and sweaty yoga
Oh
mat.
Jesus, I
I
have
hope
no
you guys
idea.
agree on one, because I don't want to fall.
Oh god.
I don't think they do either.
I'm ready.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
3, 2, 1. Yeti!
Butt plug.
All right. We'll save Emily's vote for last.
All of these were such stretches.
Especially that butt plug.
Especially the butt plug.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would go for. I'll do jewelry.
All right.
I trust Emily's scientific expertise on the behavior of horses.
Smart
I'm
man.
going with the Yeti.
All right. Emily.
I thought you were saving me for last.
I guess we are, aren't we?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, go.
I like the stretches that Noah took with the logic
Yeah.
game.
Did you? You were arguing against them.
So I'm gonna go with Yeti.
Oh.
I just wanted to test his resolve on that. Like, whether he was-
All right, so you win.
So I win. I got 3 cards.
God bless.
Very happy. Louis is very happy with this game.
How much are we playing towards?
3.
Oh, so
3
it's
is
over.
it. So it's over.
Oh.
I take my vote
Well,
back.
You can't now.
all right. Well,
Well, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
for real.
This has been Team Fun Road Trip. We've got
Yeah.
plenty more in the car, outside the car. We're going to see how this goes. We're all kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. But until then, please like the channel. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when we've got more videos coming on the way.
We got a link, right, for the old bucket.
We absolutely got a link for the old bucket. You go ahead, pick this guy up, an Amazon link in our description below. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all real soon.
Bye.
That is like the exact opposite of helping. Because if I can't see the clap, I can't sync it.
Yeah, but I did a really good one.
You did a really good one.
Yeah, I was proud of you.
Thank you.
Please leave your hands on the wheel, Michael.
Yeah, please.
Please clap more.